Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel God Will Do It For You. My name is Steven and I hope everyone's having a great day so far. And what we're going to be talking about today is the road after the wilderness season. Now, why is this important? Well, if we go based off of what society tells you and how certain messages are relayed to you on social media, YouTube, whatever the platform is, everybody paints this really imaginary rainbow-like picture of, hey, you experience trials and tribulations, you get your promise from God, you go through your wilderness season, and right afterwards, you get your breakthrough. Or, hey, after the wilderness comes breakthrough. And that's not the case all the time. Sometimes we have our wilderness season, and then there's still a wait after the season. And we also have to remember that when God puts you in a wilderness season, it's to test you. He is trying to bring about something, expose something, figure out what's inside of you to know if he can truly test you. Now, where does this talk about this? The story of David. How Saul, once he saw what David was about and saw the attention that David was getting, and he saw that, okay, if he's able to do this at a young age, he'll be able to do some damage and possibly want to get rid of me and all of my children, so that way he can secure my spot. So what did Saul do? He started chasing David, throwing spears at him, and David had to retreat to the cave. And this all started around 1 Samuel chapter 23, verse 15, where Saul starts to pursue David. Now think, that's where David's wilderness season started, because now he's on the run, he's in a cave, and it's not until after 2 times of David showing Saul that he could have killed him, that Saul said, okay, fine, I will relax and not try to pursue you anymore. So that happened in 1 Samuel chapter 26, verse 25, when Saul said to David, blessed be you, my son David, you will do many things and you will succeed in them. So David went his way and Saul returned to his place, meaning they departed each other. Saul left David alone. David's like, okay, might have a little reprieve, but he still didn't trust Saul, because now Saul's proven that he wants to kill him. So what did David do? In chapter 27 of 1 Samuel, he went to the Philistines. And so now he's out of his wilderness season. He's still navigating his space until the promise that Samuel spoke of him, anointed him for through God, comes to pass. Now it's not until 2 Samuel chapter 5 where David is anointed king of Israel. So look at the gap. Look at the gap. We're talking 1 Samuel 26 up to 2 Samuel chapter 5. So a giant gap in time for David to still get exactly what God has promised him. And sometimes we have to understand that just because we've passed the test doesn't mean the blessing is coming right afterwards. There's still going to be a period of time where you have to navigate what life has going on until God brings you to what he's already put inside of you and has laid down for your future. When I think about the wilderness season that I was just in, and when I read the particulars of David's story while he was in the cave, and how God tested his character, God gave David a chance to take care of his problem, just to see what David's heart posture is. And I've said this in many previous videos, but I'll say it again. God uses people that he could trust, and he does that by looking at their heart, looking at situations where if you didn't have the right heart posture, you would do the wrong thing. For example, Gideon. Gideon trusted the Lord after several tests and things of that nature, but once he got the power, he was like, I'm going to kill everybody that slighted me. And he did that. And that's why Gideon's story did not last as long as it could have, given the great victory that God made happen through him in his obedience. Same thing. We have to realize that in order for God to use us, and in order for us to continue going along the path that we have destined for us, God is going to make sure that he trusts you, and he's going to make sure that you're ready. Now, while David basically was in the oven baking, of course, God got rid of Saul and got rid of his 3 kids. So God removed Saul. He basically created a fast forward for David. Now it's just about timing and getting David an opportunity together, which happened in 2 Samuel chapter 5. Y'all, it's not going to be easy. I wish I could tell people that the videos that I put up are strictly to motivate you and to, just feed your spirit of hope and this and that, this and that. I'm a person that is intentional about understanding why this is our template and how to effectively use it. Me trying to make you feel good will not give you the tools necessary to make it. For me, someone being straightforward and telling me what this really is going to give you the tools necessary. It's almost like telling somebody, hey, just go over to that bucket over there and grab a fish out and let's get ready to cook it, opposed to someone saying, hey, I'm going to teach you how to fish, I'm going to teach you how to clean it, and teach you how to cook it. That's just what this is about. I wish I could tell people that you're going to walk around with smiles on your face all the time. You read the Bible and that's just going to boost you up. The actual reality is this does help until reality sinks in and you have to go through the phases of time of dealing with the here and now while also keeping your mind intact and focused on what you have to do, what your goal is. I've had several people this week hit me up saying, hey man, life is great. I'm in my promise. I'm doing big things, yada, yada, yada. And you have to sit there and eat that and be happy for them genuinely. You have to sit there and eat it and be like, dang, I don't even care about applause. But I don't have anything that I could be proud of right now. I'm still building. I'm still planting seeds. And you don't even know when anything is going to happen. You're just planting and plowing and staying intentional and consistent, not even knowing the outcome, not even knowing what's going to happen, when. This is not like going to college where you can at least see the finish line. Where you're like, if I do what I'm supposed to do, yes, I might have to go through some things to get there, but if I do what I'm supposed to do, I should get there by this time. When you're going on God's path, you don't know the time frame. You don't know the time frame. 2, it's going to take an extreme amount of trust, which is why God put me through this particular wilderness season. He knew that in order for Stephen to get the results that he desires, he's going to have to make a decision that requires 100% trust in me. He does not have that yet, so I need to create situations and circumstances that will make him submit. With his submission comes the trust. It's almost like a husband and a wife. Men want women to submit. Women submit to men that they can trust with their life. It's the same thing. Once we submit to God and say, you know what, God, I've seen it. You show me. I trust you. So now, the great thing about knowing that you can trust God, and this is the key takeaway, while you're going through your wilderness season, while you're going and you're just hoping and praying and believing, the key takeaway is that you can trust God. And that He is not going to just allow you to fall apart while you're in the process. Read your Bible. Look at how David was sustained until he got to where he needed to go. It didn't say that David was living great. Because after he dealt with Saul, the Philistines told him to go back to Ziklag, and then that's when he came back and his wives and all this stuff was gone. So now, he's having to deal with people wanting to kill him because their wives and their stuff is gone. You get what I'm saying? So he still had trials and tribulations to go on, but now he had people with him. Now he wasn't in the grunt of, okay, the king that I'm serving is trying to kill me. So he's not dealing with that hardship anymore. Now he's like, how am I going to encourage myself to build up these men so we can get our stuff back? See, scenarios preparing him for the position that he was given. First, he became king of Judah. Then, he got anointed king of Israel. All I'm saying is, as you're going through this process, it is not going to be easy. It's not meant to be easy. And that's why many are called and few are chosen. It's not meant to be easy. But for those that dig deep and feel like there is bigger purpose than you just doing your job and making money for yourself, trust me, because God will put it in your heart so you'll know who you are. But if you feel like there's bigger purpose behind what you're doing, stick with it. Because even though I don't know what it looks like, I've already told God I'm all in. I've already put it on social media. I've put it on YouTube. I've already told the world that I'm all in, and that if God doesn't come through, I guess I'm just going to like the world's biggest crash out dummy. I'm not going back to a job. I'm going to allow him to give me money from wherever he wants to every single day, because that seems what the heck he's doing. And be content with that. Not happy, because I'm not happy with it. But I am content with meaning that, okay, I know that we're going to be all right until he does something. Because ever since he's pushed me on this content creation path with the food and the results being as good as they are this soon, oh yeah, he's going to do something. Now it's just a matter of my gap in between, just like David had to wait until I get to whatever God has at the finish line. And the finish line isn't food business expanding. The finish line is, okay, now you can start doing your job. Because think, Samuel said, David, you're going to be the next king of Israel. Okay, great. Now David's the king of Israel in 2 Samuel chapter 5. And now you get to do your job. So now you get to go through the process of being in the promise of God, God's will, and now walking in it and doing what you're supposed to do. So this video is more informative. It's more about process, so that we can understand where we are in that process, and also just understand that things aren't going to happen as we expect it to happen. But when God says it's time, it will shift quickly. Think, David woke up one day, just like Joseph, and then the next day they're like, hey, we want you to be king. That's what I'm saying. It's not like he knew when it was going to happen. He was already in position, growing. He was a king in another area, and then got promoted. He got promoted. In this Christian walk, you guys, it's more than just a challenge, but when you see what's all going out here, you see the racial tension, you see the divide that the country is currently in, you see what leadership is doing on both sides, you see how the people are responding to it. Now more than ever, if you wonder why your life feels like hell, and you're like, God, why are you doing this? God is trying to make sure that you are tough enough to withstand the pressure of today's radical society. We live in different times, and we have to make sure that we are not soaking up what the world is throwing up at us. Because remember, we are to be living in the world, but not of it. So we need to make sure that we are creating a healthy divide of what we're allowing into our subconscious, and that we are feeding ourselves, and also make sure that we are aware enough of what's going on to make sure that we're being vigilant of our surroundings, to make sure that we are safe. So I hope this video has been a blessing. I'm going to keep you all updated on exactly what's going on. I apologize for the odd days of video upload times. It's just having to earn money the way I have to now. My schedule changed, so I'm doing work during the times that I would normally upload. You got to do what you have to do, though. So we got to keep moving. But summer ends next week, so hopefully the season change will indicate change real time on my end, meaning like, hey, maybe something will happen during the next season. So we will see. But otherwise, you all continue to have a great week. Until next time, the aim is to upload this Friday. So otherwise, have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.